13 turnovers last game. How will you limit that tonight?
We just got to be more conscious of taking care of the ball. I think that, just it's about handling pressure from all areas, and I think we'll be better at that tonight.
I asked Courtney about just the goal for the pace and how the guards are going to set the floor. I know that's a work in progress. She always mentioned, of course, shooting better. Yes. But what do you want to see out of that group as far as just working on not just pushing the pace, but how they are spacing and how that's going to work a little bit better today?
Yeah, I think it all goes hand in hand into how we want to generate shots for ourselves. I think that the game against Indiana, it was like we were getting the kind of looks that we wanted in the first half, and then second half it kind of got away from us. So it's building upon that consistency of taking what we liked from those first and second quarters in that game and kind of just stretching it out, over the course of the full 40 minutes. And so it's more about getting the shots that we want, and as long as we're continuing to do that consistently, then we should be in a good place.
When you come off such a huge loss like that, does that sharpen the focus, particularly when you're facing the defending champs?
Yes and no. I think that it causes you to lock in a little bit more on what you're doing, but I think that every game is important to us, and every game we want to give the same amount of intensity and intention to, and so no matter who we're playing, and so that's how we want to kind of create our standards.
When you are coming off a loss like that, what was your biggest message throughout the week, and how did you feel like the team took to it?
Consistency and staying with it. I think that it's easy to get discouraged, but at the end of the day, it's still one game. There's 43 left, and so it's not about us playing our best basketball right now, but it's getting to a point where we can feel good about ourselves moving forward, to where we can see incremental improvements over the course of next game, 5 games, 10 games. You reassess of how where you're at and what the status of your team is moving forward, so that hopefully we can be playing our very best basketball towards the end of the season.
You also had the off-court, the allegations of the racial comments towards Angel, and even Sloot just admitted it's been a challenging week. How do you feel like the team has responded?
Good. I think that our team, we're together, we're connected. I think that's been part of the messaging from day one as well, but you can't just say it, you got to be it and do it, and I think that our group has done a really good job of managing the highs and lows thus far in the season. And again, it's a long season. It's where it's a lot of peaks, a lot of valleys, and we just want to stay together through it all.
What kind of atmosphere are you anticipating for your true debut as head coach here, home opener in Wintrust on the 20th anniversary of this franchise?
Yeah, I think it's about our team, and so I think that the Chicago Sky fans and fan base knows basketball, loves basketball. I think they're excited to see our group live in a regular season game, and I know our group is excited to get in front of them, as am I, and so I'm looking for a good reception, and hopefully we can give them something good tonight.
What did you like about those second quarters that you saw against the Fever?
Yeah, I think the first quarter we were playing at the pace that we wanted to, and again we were generated a lot of good open shots. We just didn't knock them down, and so that's how it goes. I think that again, it's part of the messaging that you can't let one side of the ball affect the other, and so even when shots are falling, we still got to be there defensively and continue to do the things that make us who we are, and kind of those foundational pieces that we set in place throughout training camp.
Haley, with limited minutes last game, how do you see her fitting into the rotation tonight?
Yeah, we'll see that as the game comes. We've loved what Haley's progress has been over the course of the 3 weeks that we've been together, and so she's continuing to be a sponge and to learn from our staff and from Courtney, and so we're looking forward to big things for her.
How are you feeling about the learning curve with the team? I know it's early on, but just your assessment on that.
Yeah, I think we're adjusting pretty well. I think that we got a great mix of youth and vets, and from that standpoint, we're able to feed and learn off of each other, and same with the staff. And so it's a process. And I think that we're still trying to generate that chemistry and whatnot, and not only continue to get stronger as the season moves on.
What do you anticipate feeling being out here for your first home game as a head coach? What crowd environment, all those things?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's what any coach dreams about. Being in front of a great home crowd, and I think that the main focus is making sure that our team is together and again playing at the level that we want to play with, and improving on the areas that we want to improve. And so as long as that's intact, everything else will work itself out.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.